Well, we are here, even though the screen's black.
That's true. Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday. It's 8:30. It should be about something.
And you know what it's about? It's about weird technical shit. We've got so much going on. Donna, you say getting pretty fancy. It's getting pretty complicated as well.
It is getting, you know what I realized?
And I'm glad you're the first person on because I need to talk to you about letting this boy out without a hat in the middle of winter. It's -9 here. He's walking around without a hat. He needs a talking to.
Why do I feel like I've been asked to go find yourself a switch that I can beat you with?
Yeah. Jim Libby, please come down to the principal's room.
And Michael Smolik is also here, and it should be about something. I just realized we left.
Oh, we did. But hang on, we can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're so excited that everybody's here. Jim's mic is off. No, Jim's mic is on. But for some reason, Jim's mic is off. He says, "Man, you think?"
Is Jim not sounding good?
I don't know. He says my mic is off. I don't think my mic is off, but maybe it still is. I don't know. I don't know if that changed anything. Jim's fine. I wore shorts. That's what Andrew said. Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us, Andrew and Moko. Yeah, we got some cool elevators. L21 T24. How you doing?
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
L21 T24.
Yeah. And there's Donna saying it's her fault. She doesn't wear a hat either.
That was some cool elevator music. I thought it was more like 70s TV show intro. That's what I liked about it. But elevator music, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's definitely in the realm of elevator music.
So we're here again. I'm super excited for this. We want to know. Sorry, we're all looking at your chat.
Yeah, we're looking at the chat and there's, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Get better at that.
I slipped today and hurt my bum.
Now, I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Michael fell on his cock. His cock.
It's freezing. I walked out the door.
Right.
And I saw all the snow and ice and I thought, could be slippery. And I walked over to the trash cans and I slipped, and I landed really hard on my bum.
That sucks.
And I kind of lay there for about 2 minutes going, oh.
See, that's awful. And you hurt yourself. It hurts like hell.
It still hurts.
You're probably going to get a bruise on your coccyx. And it's going to have colors that don't belong in nature. And then you're going to be pissed off because, once again, you have hurt yourself doing something completely inane, something completely pedestrian.
Yeah.
It's never something heroic. You're never saving a burning baby from a tree. It's always... The last time I really hurt myself, I was putting...
You bent down to pick up the soap?
I was putting Swedish furniture together.
Oh yes, but that will happen to you. You poke yourself with a screwdriver.
No, I wrenched my back weirdly.
Nice.
You know, it's never anything heroic. It's always something weird.
On the subject
Verena's here.
Of bruises, everybody wave at the screen.
There we go.
The last time I got myself a big bruise.
Yeah.
So I went inline skating for the first time, and I'm skating along, and I do the thing, and I fall on my hip. And I wear this. I'm wearing the skates, and I skate to the theatre at which I'm working. And I say, I slipped while skating because I was feeling a little sore, right? And they say, oh, did you get a bruise? I'm like, I don't know. And I pulled my trousers down, and I had this bruise that went from like above my hip, like halfway down my thigh. It was green and blue and yellow. It looked like I'd been run over by a truck.
I had one of those. I was in Amsterdam with Jacob, and we were on tour. And we were with our friend Binky riding Amsterdam bikes, along the canal. And I did the classic where I wasn't paying attention and I clipped another bike that was,
nice.
Every tourist does
totally, yeah.
And it wrenched the handlebars into my crotch. I go ass over tea kettle. I'm laying on the ground moaning, and then I hear Jacob and Binky stop, and come back for me, which is great. But then I hear Jacob saying, "Don't move until I can take a picture. It doesn't work if you don't look like you're hurt." So I'm laying there, and I had a bruise that was like it was like the colors of a baby pigeon.
Yeah.
And I couldn't show it off because Nick's company was just a little too close.
It was in a bad spot to have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I did that once. I was cycling down a hill, and there was a rainwater drain, and it kind of came. The road went into it at a 45-degree angle, and then it stood out at a 90-degree angle. And I'm looking behind me to where my buddy is,
right?
And I hit this corner of that rainwater drain with the pedal of my bike.
Classic.
The bike stops immediately, and I go over the handlebars in a somersault like that. Didn't hurt myself so badly, actually. It hurt, but it was not as bad.
Yeah. Hurting yourself sucks. We should make, you know what?
Hurting yourself.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Yeah. Best and worst times you hurt yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I have stories to tell about that.
Best,
oh
worst
boy.
hurts. I like it.
Best and worst hurts.
Well, it says right here on the script that we have to cheers each other and say, "Welcome back. Welcome back to everyone else. We hope that you're doing well, and to all our friends and neighbors out there, that you are safe and healthy, and we're glad that you made it. Cheers to you."
Before we do this, actually, I think everybody should drink. So whenever we drink, everybody who's watching the show should drink. And I realized that I want us to do this for this reason. I'm going to turn you up a bit, Jim. Actually, I think you might not be loud enough.
All right.
I want us to do this for this reason, that every time we drink, our mics pick up all those drinking sounds.
All
There's
the
like slurping and swallowing sounds. But if everybody slurps and swallows when we do,
right,
then those sounds aren't going to bug them.
Yeah, and we're slurping and slurping before them, so when they see us, they can do it. Oh yeah, I like it.
Okay, all right. So
slurp, slurp,
slurp, slurp. Ah.
Now it says it's time to go to chapter 1.
We're going to go to chapter 1. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good idea. Okay, so here we go to chapter 1. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Chapter 1, because it should be about something comes to you in 3 parts. This is chapter 1.
Weird coincidental
shit.
Coincidental shit.
Coincidental shit. Coincidental.
So, Jim, this was your thing.
Yeah.
You came up with weird coincidental shit. So do you have a story you want to tell us about weird coincidental shit?
Well, I can't remember exactly how this came up, but I am a huge fan, of course, of coincidence, just from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
I love coincidence, and like Paul Auster says, there's all these weird coincidences that happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought it would be fun to talk about them. I mean,
what's the weirdest one you've had?
Oh, I've had so many wonderful ones. I had a great one. This weird coincidence that happened. This is years ago, and I was in New York, and I was visiting a friend of mine, Robin, who I've spoken about before.
At length. I've never met her, though. I need photo proof at this point, actually.
And she was playing in this amazing band back in the day called Triple Cream. Bunch of hard rockin'.
Sounds like a lesbian New York girls band.
That's exactly what they were, and they fucking rocked. They were kick ass.
Okay.
And they had a rehearsal space out in Williamsburg, and so I went out to say hi to the ladies, and then I let them rehearse, and I was walking around the neighborhood. And I'm crossing the street, and there's a couple coming, the other way toward me. And I'm looking at this woman, and she looks just like, splitting image of a student that I had at the time, a woman named Susanna Kratsch.
Ah, okay.
So Suze was my student at the time. And this woman was like 1-to-1, right?
I've had that.
And and it reminded me of that idea that
Everybody has a doppelganger.
Everybody's got doppelganger. I think there's only 450 models of human, and that we're all just variations on one of those themes.
I was watching a video on that the other day.
Really?
Yeah, there's a very interesting video on, I'll find the channel.
In any case, I'm checking this woman out and reveling in the weirdness of life. And we pass by each other. As soon as we pass by each other, I hear a voice go, "Hey!" really deep, really loud. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay, so I was checking out the guy's girlfriend too long. Now it's trouble time. And I kind of ignore it, but then I hear, "You're a Libby." And I turn around, and the woman and the guy, they were married. Turns out, the woman, she says, "You're a Libby. I'm your sister Catherine's, one of your sister Catherine's best friends. We've never met, but I know you from so many pictures." And the guy that she was with was her husband, and he had gone to my high school and was 2 years behind me in my high school. And this is, years after high school. And so, through this really weird coincidence in a city of 9 million
So
people,
two coincidences kind of
happened together. We went to the nearest bar, sat down, and had drinks and talked.
You should have got the girl who was the doppelganger for for your student to go with you as well.
What?
The girl who was the doppelganger of your student.
That was her. This is the friend of my sister.
I see. I didn't get that at all.
No, they're a couple.
Oh, right. Okay, now.
The girl is a friend of my sister.
The girl is the friend of the sisters.
What said, "You're a Libby"?
So have you shown a photograph of your sister's friend to Zuza?
This was before cell phones or anything like that.
Right.
I don't think I got a picture.
Right.
But I think I do remember telling Suze about it. Yeah. In any case, that was really crazy.
Nuts.
Coincidences are super cool. You got a crazy, weird...
Yeah, I got a crazy, weird coincidence.
Shit?
So, I was at school at the German school in Johannesburg.
Right.
Until I was about 14. So there's actually two, because you just reminded me of one, okay? And in 1980 was my first day of school there.
Okay.
And I walk into this class, and I'd been at a convent in the north of the Transvaal up until that point. And there was a girl in this class called Nikki.
Okay.
And I kind of had the hots for her.
So you were going to the convent school.
And I left that school. We moved to Johannesburg. From
now you're going first day of school.
It's first day of school in this new place. And I walk in, and this girl, Nikki, is sitting in the class, but it's not her.
What?
It's a girl who looks exactly like her. What? And she looks so much like her that I walk into the class, I'm like, Nick, no.
That is crazy.
It was so weird.
That is crazy.
But then I kind of had the hots for this other girl
as well
for like a very long time.
Yeah.
She was called
She had a nice
Ira.
face.
Yeah.
What?
No, she had a nice face. I wasn't at the feet yet. I think the feet came later.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know.
No, they came pretty early for you.
They came pretty early. That's true.
In any case,
but I had the hots for
I love it.
Yeah.
Now here's.
But what? My actual the one that I had, right? So, so one of the girls in this class was called Michaela.
Okay.
And she left that school maybe when I was 14 or something, right? And I can't remember whether she just went to another school or her parents moved to another town or something. So this must have been like 1984 was the last time I seen her.
Right.
Or had any kind of interaction with her, right? 1991, I'm working for a courier service in Vienna, and I get sent out to the 19th district to an office building to pick something up and take it to a hotel in the 13th district.
Okay.
And I pick up a passport, and it's Michaela's passport. Yeah.
That is wild.
That's wild, right? So I take this passport to the 13th district, to this hotel, and I know that I spoke to the concierge, and she wasn't there at the time, so I left a message for her.
Right.
But she was in town, like, meeting her father for, like, half a day or something.
Right.
And so we didn't get to meet up or anything, but
Very
it's just
cool.
really weird.
I think coincidences, and I want to talk about this idea that a coincidence that is wonderful, we call serendipity.
Yeah.
A coincidence that is not wonderful, we call
Schicksalsschlag?
Schicksalsschlag.
What
yeah.
is a Schicksalsschlag in English?
Like the hand of fate.
Yeah, the evil hand of fate, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I want to go to Van Morrison, who actually it wasn't Van Morrison,
Segue.
it was Bob Dylan who said, take what you have gathered from coincidence. And I think about the line of that song. It's from Baby Blue.
Okay.
And I think about that line often because of my experience with improv. And so we know that very often what seems as happy happenstance, as a serendipitous coincidence, is in fact
engineered to an extent.
Not only is it engineered, and that's not what I'm talking about. Sometimes there have been moves made for that to happen. Ground has
We're
been
kind of working towards an outcome.
But
right?
what I'm talking about are the motor mouth things, the move, when something happens because we give it its value, we give it its importance, and so what seems like coincidence is just a recognition of pattern. Sometimes,
yes.
So like that Paul Auster thing I was talking about, that it seems like really weird coincidences, or if that was in a movie, no one would believe it, and it's true because movies are supposed to make sense. Stories should make sense.
Unless they're Christopher Nolan movies.
But life doesn't have to make sense. So shit like that happens all the time. And it's when we recognize it that we give it its importance.
Yeah. And we make it a coincidence. Through that.
And sometimes that pattern recognition, I think, gets forced on us. Like we're suddenly confronted with the recognition of some pattern that was previously unrecognized.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, that's some weird coincidental shit, man.
Yeah.
That's some random.
Are you talking about Renee? Are they two Renees?
That's right. So
that reminds me of.
That's exactly right. The woman in New York, her name was Renee. She was a friend of my sister, and I can't remember her husband's name. I want to say.
Well, why would you?
Yeah.
I mean,
in any case,
if she.
Yeah. So if anybody out there knows Renee, we should get her to see It Should Be About Something, and then Sousa will get a chance to see It's About Something, and we can see if they still look alike.
We should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Reminding me of a song, Renee. Just walk away, Renee. I think it's. Can't remember. But wait, I want to check out the story. So, Verena says, I have these coincidences where I meet people and get to know them, and then realize we've already got to know each other in the past and have common friends. Yes.
Those are the people that then later say, God damn it, she didn't remember my name again. Am I that forgettable? What the hell? We have met so many times.
I got to tell you, this is like,
every time.
I can't remember who it was. It was during the Christmas show. I'm shaking someone's hand. No, I'm not shaking someone's hand. We're kind of doing the elbow, or we're doing some kind of COVID Begrüßung,
right.
And she says her name.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I know your name.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me your name? And then I realized later that I've probably run into her numerous times and not remembered her name and asked her what her name is.
And she is
so she's just like conditioned to tell me her name when she runs into me. So that was very funny.
I'm very grateful for people like that.
Yes.
Now here's a little secret. I don't know if anybody out there knows this, but of the lovers, all of the lovers, I think I'm the best one with names. And that's not very good.
Yeah, and I've called you I called you when I met my wife. I called Jim.
When you met your now wife, I totally
when I met my now wife, because I'd run into this. This was a weird coincidence. This was one of the best coincidences. So one of the best coincidences. I'm doing a show in Corinthia, and I'd met this hottie after a show in Vienna in like June or something, and we chatted at the bar. In fact, Jim introduced us.
I did.
Because she like couldn't get near me, so she had Jim kind of introduce her to me, right? So we chatted for a bit, And then I'm like a month or 2 months later, I'm doing a show in Corinthia, and I need to get hair gel. So I drive down to the Beeper, and who should be walking across the Beeper parking lot but this blonde hottie. And I can't remember her name, right? So I get her phone number, and I call Jim. I say, remember that blonde hottie you introduced me to? What was her name? And he's like, I think her name was Christina. I'm like, yeah, okay, good, I'll go with that. Yeah.
That was some good wingmanning. Follower of Clay is here. Shout out to Follower of Clay. There are no Zufälle. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are no coincidences, just patterns we haven't recognized yet.
Yes. What are you drinking, Follower of Clay? Are you drinking homemade booze?
And also just a whole bunch of random shit.
Random shit, yeah.
It's just all random shit.
Yeah. But wait, there was this, I want to check out this one thing here. Like, yeah, people who have been to school or like worked with friends and neighbors and family members.
Yeah.
I did a show here in Vienna with a girl who went to school with my brother in South Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And then you think, like, okay, the world is so super small.
It is kind of small, yeah.
You know?
Working in a pub, and this guy says, recognize that accent, driving a bunch of them around. Is it two of my aunt and uncle were? Oh, God, really?
Yeah. Okay, I had one of those. I had one of those years and years and years
nuts.
ago. Years and years and years ago, I did a job for a buddy of mine. I had to stand and stare into the camera lens for like a minute. And I did this gig, and he had said it was for some museum Ausstellung, right? So I do this and forget about it. And like 15 years later, I'm with a bunch of people doing a wine tour of the Weinviertel along the Danube, and we stop in Melk, and we take a tour of Melk. And we're walking around, and then we come into this big room, and all of a sudden somebody's like, Jim, you're on the wall. And I look up, and this thing that I had done like 15 years ago is just me standing there staring down at everybody. And everyone's like, this is crazy. And I had forgotten all about it, and I was like, the only explanation I had was, yeah, that's right, okay, that must be this thing. And it was still running after 15 years.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yes, Christopher Nolan, I mentioned that because Stephen Colbert, like on one of the recent A Late Nights, A Late Show, is like, he was talking about coincidences or no, things making sense or something. Like it had to do with Trump. And then he was like, and yes, Christopher Nolan, movies can make sense. You know, you start with one thing and you move on to the second, and somehow they are related. And then you find an ending that everybody agrees kind of ties these things together. Not just weird shit you make up as you go along.
Have you seen Tenet yet?
No, I haven't.
I haven't watched it yet.
It was specifically in reference to Tenet.
Yeah.
Brother and sister
Kathy
on
Tanner,
holiday.
big shout out to her.
An Austrian what?
Met some...
Austrian couple in Yumi, yeah, nuts.
Yeah. Stop messing with the thing, Michael. Yeah. Coincidental shit is weird, and I think we need to keep a roll on, Mr. Man.
Yeah. Do you think we need to move on?
Yeah, of course we do.
Okay, good.
Eric. Renee and Eric. Eric was the fella's name, the husband. There you go.
Follower of Clay, you're drinking bock beer just like
I think it was
Pavlov's dog is drinking bock beer as well.
All
you
right.
boys, rock. Oh yes, of course, it's Fasching. So there's bock beer.
Oh, today's Fat Thursday. No.
No, it's Rosenmontag.
Yeah.
Then it's
Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday.
Tuesday, and then it's Wednesday is Aschermittwoch.
Is Ash Wednesday. Was that just now? Yesterday
No,
was Ash
no,
Wednesday? It's coming up.
This coming Monday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fat Tuesday coming up.
Fat Tuesday.
Yeah. Mardi Gras. So,
right.
That was chapter 1. Let's move it along.
Yeah, I'm just going to do this.
All right, come on.
Here we go. Yeah.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. Some nice smooth elevator music, just to get you in the mood for the next thing.
Yeah.
Is this playing elevator music? This might not be playing elevator music, actually. I
can't
don't
what kind of
remember.
music this one's playing.
But it worked. So
It should be about something. We are back with chapter 2 on pocket knives and EDCs.
yeah, remind me, what are EDCs?
Everyday carries.
Everyday carries.
The things that you have with you
Yeah.
to get you through the day.
I prefer OPTs.
OPTs?
On-person tools.
On-person tools. Okay. You down with OPT? Yeah, you know me. You down with EDC? Yeah, you know me. You down with EDC? Yeah, you know me. Who's down with EDC?
Touch yourself in a
Everybody.
semi-suggestive way.
So, okay, you want to talk about pocket knives and OPTs on
Well, specifically,
tools or everyday carriers?
specifically, pocket knives. Yeah, I'm a collector of pocket knives. I have a huge collection of pocket knives. I have so many pocket knives that there's more pocket knives than days in the week, so I can choose which one to carry with me on which day.
You have several different pocket knives, and you carry different ones on different days.
Well, no,
Does
that's actually a pain in the neck doing that.
I see.
Yeah. But what I do is I have them stored in various places. So there's one in the car, there's one in my rucksack,
Right.
there's one in my guitar pack, there's
Right.
one there, right?
Right.
And there's one in the kitchen drawer that I can use for emergencies around the house, and there's one that I have relegated to opening letters.
Right.
But it's a really cool way to open letters
Yeah, sure it is.
because it's a
You
switchblade.
butterfly that shit?
No, it's a switch. It's like when I'm reading my mail. I'm like,
Okay, I'd like to put it out to the chat and to all you peeps out there. What are 3 things that you always take with you? I'm not talking about your phone and your keys.
Yeah.
But what are the tools
Those extra
of the
things.
trade, the tools of your day, the things you carry every day? You don't want to go out without them. So, besides a pocket watch, a pocket knife, Michael. Besides a pocket knife, what are 3 things that you carry with you all the time?
well, I don't anymore because one of them's gone missing. What's a flachmann in English?
A flask.
A flask, yes, little flask. Well, it's not one of those flat flasks.
A flask is the English word for flachmann. A flask. If you think of a flask, then you think of a flachmann.
But it could be a flask you could put hot coffee in it as well. That's also a flask.
Okay. So in North America, we don't say a flask to that. We would
What do
say,
you call that?
We would call that a thermos.
Ah, right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had one. Actually, I do have one. It's in my cellar. Remember when you helped me move my shit like 12 years ago?
Sure.
I think we need to do an Isbas about moving.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You said you have got a ton of shit while he was holding his back. And all of that shit that you moved into my cellar back then, I moved out of that cellar into the new cellar.
Right.
And I didn't unpack it. And then I moved from that apartment into another apartment, and it's still in the same boxes. I still have that shit in the same boxes, and I haven't looked at it since you helped me move. And this must have been like 13 years ago.
Get rid of that shit.
But I can't because my flask's in there somewhere.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a later. It should be about.
And I'd love to have that flask back.
Yeah.
I should go rooting for it, because on a cold day, a little shot of vodka or whiskey
Yeah, nice.
is really nice to have, like in the middle.
Pavlov's dog talking about, she's got one in the rucksack, the version that was on the first season of MacGyver DVD. I love it. Her pocket knife is that. Andrew's got a knife as well, and a Leatherman multi-tool.
Are you saying Pavlov's dog?
Yeah.
You're saying Pavlov's dog is a she? I've always thought Pavlov's dog is a he.
Oh.
Really?
No gender.
No.
Gender
But this
rules
is of course there
Pavlov's
aren't,
dog.
because Pavlov's dog can be any dog, but interesting.
Follower of Clay has a Juwelierlupe, which is a jeweler's magnifying glass. Or actually, jewelers call it a loupe, don't they? Yeah, I think they do call it a loupe.
Really?
Yeah, interestingly. Probably comes from lupe. And What else we got? Kathy Tanner. Shout out to Kathy. Notebook, hearing aids, and a Jahreskarte. That's all you need, babe. That's all you need. Man, summertime, throw a bikini on that list and you're good to go. Marcus, shout out to Marcus. Carabiner for keys. Okay, so we talked about keys. So he always has a lighter and a debit card. That's his city survival set. Yeah, I get that.
That was the move you moved my pawn. That's exactly right, Andrew. And the pawn is all still in that huge box.
A foldable shopping bag, a Vitronox credit card shape. Yeah. Those are cool.
Nice.
Those are cool. A notebook pad, a calendar pen, a calendar. Oh, I see.
Notebook pad, calendars, yeah.
Pen and the pocket knife. Yeah.
What pocket knives do you have, guys? Write this down, like make and model, if you know.
Yeah. And pens. It's always nice to find a good pen. I mean, we live our lives with these things.
Yeah.
But sometimes, having an everyday carry. I mean, for me, that everyday carry, part of it is the utility of the tool, but part of it is the ritual of carrying.
Absolutely.
So, for example, back in the day when I smoked cigarettes, I always had a beautiful cigarette case with me, and had it all the time.
Makes the whole experience of doing those things that you do regularly and every day so much more enjoyable.
I had a beautiful Zippo lighter that I had with me all the time.
Having a nice Zippo lighter makes it difficult to stop smoking because you think, what am I going to do with this lovely thing that I have? I can't use it anymore. I eventually gave mine away.
Yeah. I guess...
I got it for my 21st birthday. It was difficult to give it away.
Your Zippo?
Yeah.
I hear you. That is a hard thing to give away.
And I felt bad about giving it to someone because I felt that I was kind of burdening them with having to continue smoking for a long time to finally...
And giving them this really lovely lighter, yeah. I had one of those cigarette cases for a very long time, and it got stolen once. And it wasn't I loved it, but it wasn't like it was super expensive. It wasn't, but it was mine.
Yeah, sure.
And it got stolen off the bar at Yainsights one night. And it was just crazy.
People will ruin everything.
People ruin everything. But that's part of the thing, is that we imbue so much personality or power into objects, especially when we carry them around all the time. And so for me, that's that thing of, it's the utility, but it's also the ritual and the Rüstung.
Yes.
Like there are some things I feel naked if I go out of the house without.
That's so weird. I have this feeling because like when I leave the house without my watch or my wedding ring, I feel that they're missing when I'm in the elevator.
Right. Those moments where you recognize, oh shit.
Like I've left something behind. Yeah.
Where's my pen? I don't have my pen.
And on the subject of pens,
really
my gran got me this. I think it's a cross for my 21st birthday, and somebody stole it from the bar in a theater in Cologne.
Yeah.
And it was like only the techies and the house people in the theater at the time. So like nobody could have taken that pen besides the fuckers who were there.
Yeah.
I never went back to that theater again, ever. I never played there again.
Muchado is calling your thing.
No, it's Much Ado.
I know it is. I'm just like calling Much Ado Muchado.
I ran right into that one.
Muchado.
He sounds so much more, he's got more balls.
¿Qué es más macho? Muchado.
Why are we drinking the
or
new one?
banana?
Did we finish the old
Muchado es más macho. Más machismo, muchacho. Yes, so Muchado, Much Ado, was saying it's called a hip jack.
Yeah, hip flask. That's
flask.
what we used. That's how we would
flask.
distinguish a coffee flask from an alcohol flask.
Nice.
It's a hip flask.
Nice.
Yeah.
English is so crazy.
Yes, I am female. Pavlov. Wow. I did not know this. I did not think about that at all. I just assumed. And why did you assume that Pavlov's dog was a female?
Because
I'm
better at things like that.
Oh, okay, fine. It's your girlfriend, isn't it? Knives, just hands. Carved wooden pen from Greece. Yeah, hold on to those things because people steal them.
Yeah.
Guinness pocket knife. Guinness pocket knife.
Yeah. These things to have, there are places and corners in the internet, of course, for all of these things, right? And so you're going to find places that, lay out the stuff that they carry every day, and or somebody like Andrew, who I always admired for this, because he would think about what does he need, what's the best thing to get for that need, and then have it, and to have that sort of reflection about what are the tools that I want to have with me is really cool.
What am I doing, and what are the best tools for this application?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. Follower of clay. So you have a pocket knife with a razor blade. Can you shave with that razor blade? I want to know.
Follower of clay doesn't shave. He scrapes the hair from his face.
Scorches those.
With a blowtorch.
Let me show you this.
What?
No, you are on.
I am on.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. It keeps looking weird.
Your face keeps looking weird.
I knew that was going to happen. My Victorinox credit card has a knife, tweezers, toothpick, nail file. Yeah, Verena. Excellent. Small scissors in the credit card. Wow.
Mission appropriate, says Andrew. I think that's really nice. Yeah.
And you are so right. Whenever you really need it, that's the day you forget to bring it.
Now, L21T24 asks, why does everybody have a knife? This is what I want to hear from you, Michael. Give me, because I don't carry a knife either. What's the plaidoyer for that? Why would you say, you know what? I think, not talking about do what you do and whatever, but if you had to say, hey kid, you should carry a knife because.
Yeah.
What's your because?
I think my best argument for ever carrying a knife is I was in a friend's car and we got stuck on the side of the road because the hose connecting the pump to the radiator had got a huge hole in it and all the water was running out.
The worst.
So I managed to cut off a piece of the hose first of all, I unscrewed it with the screw function.
Oh,
the
ring.
So I could open the ring clamp, and I cut off a piece of the hose with the pocket knife, and I reattached the hose, and we were saved. And
Luckily,
he never had that car fixed again until he scrapped it because it stayed exactly that way with that shortened hose. So I think that's probably my best plaidoyer ever for having a pocket knife on my person.
Yeah, it's definitely a tool. I mean, I wonder, maybe L21T24 and Moko, it's like, shit, why does everybody have a knife? I'm getting scared. I don't think it's it's about having a weapon. It's about having a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you're hiking or if you're in a city and you like when I was touring around Europe, I'd use my pocket knife as cutlery. I wouldn't, because I was on a limited budget, so I wouldn't be getting food from restaurants or from takeaway shops or something. I'd be going to a supermarket. So I'd need to cut up my food. I need to cut bread, I need to cut sausage or fruit or whatever, right?
Peel satsumas.
Yeah, you need a very small, very sharp pocket knife to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be done.
All right. Yeah. It's that really nice tool, and that's why those leather men always interested me because they're so well made.
Yeah.
And they've got so many really interesting. They're so very. You
those are a bit too much for me.
Right. Well, that's because your knife it's not a single purpose thing, but it's a single purpose tool, and it's far more elegant. A Leatherman is like a toolbox.
It really is a toolbox
on your thing. And a pocket knife, there's a bit
even a Swiss Army
elegance.
pocket knife has more elegance than a Leatherman. A Leatherman is really,
it's all about business.
It's more business.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's no romance to a Leatherman. When I fly, it's a safety device, as I can use it with one hand to cut the belts if I crash and need to exit quickly. Yeah.
When do you fly and take your pocket knife on board with you?
When he's flying his helicopter, or other.
I didn't realize you were reading out Andrew.
Oh,
I thought you
sorry.
were reading out Pavlov's dog.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone should have their things, and if you have a chance to think about what your things are and maybe ways to optimize, I think we should do that.
Safety pins. I think safety pins are good things to have with you.
When I was a teenager, I had safety pins with me all the time.
Was one in your ear?
No, I didn't have one in my ear. I jabbed one through my nose. Because that's the way it goes when you do the polka. No, but I had safety pins a lot. That was kind of an identifying thing for a phase of teenage Jim to have safety pins.
I think Andrew was flying this weekend, wasn't he? You posted some photographs online.
No. Well, I think we did pretty good with the everyday carry. And you know, Michael,
on-person tools.
We talked about it in some past episodes, and now finally we're going to do it. Unfortunately, we didn't finish the complete setup of it, but we're going to do it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, and everyone in between, sit back, put on your thinking caps, and open up your ear holes.
Yeah.
Because it's time.
And it's not going to be factoids.
It's time.
It's time for
Uncle Mike.
I should have made it something that's just on me.
Yeah, that's what I meant, was that we didn't do the whole thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
next time I'm hiding.
That looks ridiculous.
This looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks totally ridiculous.
No, it's going to be fine.
It doesn't have the effect that you're.
It's gonna,
Goddamn Netflix! Why are you such a fuck up? So there's a couple of things that I really, really fucking hate about Netflix. Why, for God's sake, is the standard setting on Netflix that the credits don't roll? Why do you have to decide that you want to see the credits? That annoys me so much. What are they thinking? What they're obviously not thinking. It drives me insane. And some movie, and you know, it's different from movie to movie. It's not like 2 minutes after the movie's ended, they're going to roll the first 15 lines of credits, and then they're going to show you the see this next, or this might interest you, 67%. It's always different. Sometimes the credits roll and you don't have to click anything, and then sometimes you have to. Why does this have to be an option? If I want to see what other rubbish you want to recommend for me, I'll ask you! I'm more interested in who's in the goddamn movie! Netflix! Get on the page! We'll have more from Uncle Mike's rant next week. But it will probably be about Netflix.
that was Uncle Mike's rant. We'll be back with more It Should Be About Something after a word from our sponsor.
I need an emoji of the Peter Griffin, you know what grinds my gears. Yes, so do I, Andrew. I need one that I can hold up as a sign.
You know what grinds Uncle Mike's gears? Everything.
It's not quite true, but you know, a lot of the things you do grind my gears.
Yeah.
That's why I get up in your shit all the time.
We went and got tested today.
We're both negative.
Yeah, positively negative. How did it go for you today? Are you used to the whole thing?
The lady who did me today, I thought she was kind of rough on my nose.
Yeah.
And I was expecting it to hurt like the time last week, but it actually didn't.
Right.
I felt my nose feels fine. Like the one I had 2 weeks ago, that hurt like the next day.
Yeah.
And the one I had on Tuesday, because I wanted to get my hair cut, but my barber's, I don't know, he's gone.
Yeah, we got to get these mops cut soon.
So I got one on Tuesday so I could get my hair cut, and he wasn't there, and that was, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
It slid in, it was so smooth, and yeah. And the lady today, she was jovial.
Yeah.
She was kind of rotund. Mm-hmm. You didn't have a, I was going to actually write to you and say, don't go to line 4. She's kind of rough.
Yeah.
Because the last time we met at the barber shop, he'd got the rough barber and I got the good barber.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, that guy kind of scrapes your scalp, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like going to that guy. And that's the only guy in the shop at the moment, so I'm not getting him a haircut until my guy's back.
I hear you. Yeah, I wanted to get one today.
Yeah, but Rotund Lady was actually not so bad.
My lady was also very cool. She did a good job. I did my thing of I'm going to smile before and I'm going to smile afterwards, but in between I'm going to hate it and you.
Yeah.
With a passion.
Okay.
And
wow.
It made her laugh, and and so we giggled about that, and then we did it, and yeah, it sucked, but whatever.
So it hurt today.
It hurts me every time.
Oh, really? Try the other nostril.
I try all the nostrils.
You've only got 2.
At this point, I just say dealer's choice when they ask left or right. I go dealer's choice.
Okay. Verena, you can actually go, and okay, I'm such a stickler for fuck you, Netflix.
Hey.
That I do go back. No, it's a designated not for kids show.
I know. No, I mean, your rant was already before.
Yeah, but you
Bring
know,
it back.
Verena's kind of pulling this thing. But yeah, you can go back, and I do go back. You have to fight Netflix for it, but you can go back, and I do go backwards. Okay, fine, we're done with this.
All right, that means we're moving on.
Jim, make him take his meds. What do you think this is?
I only drink for medicinal purposes anyway. Who put the Benzedrine in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine? It could have been the guy that wasn't there. Not Jack, that guy's a square. No?
Is this the thing that has some sexual undertones, Marcus? Just help me out here.
No, that was a song from the 30s. It's called Who Put the Benzedrine in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine? And I quote it very often in my life. So, we're moving on to chapter 3, ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors and everyone in between. It should be about something. Chapter 3.
Moving along, yes.
On what animal you would reincarnate as?
So, Jim,
Yeah.
do you want to reincarnate at all? Like, is this something that you would want to do?
Do I have a choice?
Okay, let's say you have no choice. No, okay. Quickly answer the question. Do you think you'd like to reincarnate?
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
I don't know. I'm kind of into dolphins. I like
Would you want to
dolphins.
reincarnate as a dolphin?
It would be super fun. Yeah. Yeah, I would do that. I would reincarnate as a dolphin. Mm-hmm. I would reincarnate...
I never thought of reincarnating as a fish. Well, strictly speaking, dolphins aren't fish, but like an aquatic animal. I've
animal?
never thought of reincarnating as an aquatic animal. It's just never been on my
I know,
screen.
it's not an obvious choice, but of course, I mean, I would love to come back as a little cat that gets taken care of.
Is like
by
this
some...
a little cat that kind of knows of the life that it led before?
Well, this is what you talk about when, that's the whole thing about reincarnation, right?
No, it's not. Reincarnation, according to the Hindus, you don't know anything about what you lived before.
I know. That's right. And so this whole conversation would be completely moot then, because, I mean, it's just, I guess what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot of animals that I think it would be fun to reincarnate as, if I can keep my knowledge from previous lives. Then shit, yeah, there's tons of animals that I would like to be. Can you imagine being a cute little golden retriever puppy, but have all of the knowledge and insidious Machiavellian power? Oh, you could use the cuteness that you have to get so many traits. Maybe
You'd die of a fatty heart very soon. If you're referring to dolphins having sex recreationally, bonobos have sex recreationally as well, and so do chimps. In fact, all kinds of chimps.
Yeah, bonobos. Yeah. Well, the thing about dolphins, I mean, they can be kind of assholes. Dolphins, they're a little bit like ducks. They're super smart, but they'll rape things.
You were going on about this last week as well.
All right.
Ducks do what ducks do. It's what nature expects of ducks. Come on, don't call them rapists. They're ducks.
You're absolutely right. It is inflammatory language.
They've got that corkscrew cock, but they can't help that. What if you had a corkscrew cock? I mean, you'd be in therapy, but it's not your fault.
No, But there is a reason why they evolved the corkscrew cock.
Yeah, it's not because they're rapists. Okay, good.
But rapist is the wrong word. You're absolutely right. I don't want to use that inflammatory language. In any case, what I'm trying to say is, yes, if we are going to reincarnate as an animal, and what animal you think would have the coolest life, I think dolphin would be a fun one. I think a house cat would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a fan of birds personally, but I think being a bird would be awesome. And
What kind of bird? Not every kind of bird.
No, I want to be like a peregrine falcon.
Yeah, I don't want to be a pigeon in town.
No, man, I want to be a bird that does it. You know, maybe like a cormorant.
Cormorants are pretty cool. Yeah, I like cormorants.
You know,
they got that nice black thing going.
And they dive under the water and they swim under the water. But there's a theory about reincarnation that I want to throw out at you. The idea is that, like, when you think about reincarnation, you know, and so many people say, I did a regression, and I found out that did we talk about this in the past episode?
I think we've done this before.
I feel like we have.
Like everybody's always a Russian princess or something.
Always a Russian princess,
in
and that there is a reason why that can be because of DNA, but also there's this wonderful theory about reincarnation in that this world and everyone and you meet in it is you. And you get reincarnated over and over and over again, so you have a chance to have lived the life of everything around you. Because every time that you slight yourself or do something good for every time you hurt someone else or help someone else, you are in fact hurting yourself at a different time in your existence, because you're reincarnating all over and over and over to play in different times.
So you could actually say to someone, Jim, you don't exist, because you are just me in another phase of me.
In some ways, I think that's very true.
That's why he annoys me so much. Praying mantis. Yes, Kathy Tanner, you want to be a praying mantis because you want to eat men. Come on, just level with us.
Pavlov's dog, a pampered dog, yeah, absolutely.
The lobster. So I've just put the lobster down on my viewing list, follower of Clay, but I want to recommend something that's on Netflix about animals, and it's called My Octopus Teacher. Go and see that. It is amazing. That is really impressive.
The lobster, I haven't seen yet either, but the company that is doing those movies, A24, they, and I think maybe only follower of Clay will understand what I mean when I say this, they are kind of like the 4AD of movies now. Their shit has got very cool production values. Their shit has got very cool themes. They're really, I think, stepping up in the world of indie film, which is the hipper, cooler brother of independent movies.
Yeah.
You know, the one independent movies.
Does it have this voice?
What?
Does it have this voice?
What the hell is going on?
Indie movies.
Indie movies?
Does it have the indie girl voice? Indie girl?
No, not Indigo. Not the
Indie girl.
Indie girl. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Like the really.
Does it have this voice?
For all the songs get sung like that. Yeah, like
a whale.
Like anyway. A24 movies, very cool. Just like 4AD.
So I think a whale is actually there's so many different kinds of whales. You have to narrow that down, Marcus.
Yeah. What kind of a whale? Any whale. I think
No.
I want it. Awesome.
Yeah, probably. Like back before whaling. So if I reincarnated as a whale today, I want to reincarnate as a whale native to an area where there's no whaling. At the moment, and where there probably has been no whaling in the past.
What about reincarnating?
Like a minke whale in the Atlantic Ocean.
Ooh. What about like a really old sperm whale? Or blue whale?
You're just saying sperm whale because you like saying sperm. It's how your mind works.
What about...
I know this because it's my mind.
I also like the word blubber.
I would reincarnate. I'd probably reincarnate as any kind of whale, but I said minke whales because I've seen them.
Right.
And they're really cool.
Yeah. I think, what about being like a tardigrade?
What's a tardigrade?
Reincarnating as a tardigrade. Those are those little, they call them water bears, I think, in German. Wasserbären? I don't. They're really tiny animals, and they're very, very small. But they have found them in every sort of environment. They can survive the vacuum of space.
Okay.
They can dry completely out, and as soon as any moisture comes back, they're online again.
No way.
Yeah.
We need to teach these guys to eat plastic.
Okay. I mean, I like that you want to give the tardigrades a job. I'm not sure if it's in their diet plan. I think they're kind of keto at the moment. But,
did you know that,
feed them plastic?
there's,
sure. Why not?
There's basically a bacteria
that eats
will
plastic?
that will eat anything. So
yeah.
It's just a matter of bacteria developing enough. So I read this article about a nuclear waste dump in the Soviet Union, and they'd dumped nuclear waste in it and locked it for like 30, 40 years. And then when they came back to open it, they'd found that a species of bacteria had developed there that was eating nuclear waste. And this species of bacteria didn't exist before that.
Yeah.
So this opens up like possibilities for breeding bacteria specifically to get rid of certain kinds of junk.
Well, they have done this. They've already done this. There are enzymes and bacteria that will eat plastic waste. They were trying to use them to clean up
the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the thing on that.
So we need more bacteria in the ocean.
Yeah. Bacteria is awesome. We have so many bacteria in our bodies.
No, I love bacteria.
We love bacteria.
I just wonder whether if there's too many plastic-eating bacteria in the ocean, you might have to watch out that they don't eat your swimming trunks before you get out of the water.
Well, let's cross that bridge when we come to it, okay, Michael?
Yeah.
I want to talk about
bacteria ate my swimming trunks. Who am I quoting?
Bacteria ate your swimming trunks?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Thomas Dolby. Aliens stole my Buick.
Okay, so that's not quoting.
Okay.
You were misappropriating.
Misappropriating.
Verena, hi Verena, says, how about a manatee? Manatees? I think it's really sweet that you want to be reincarnated as a manatee because you know that back in the day, sailors used to believe that manatees were mermaids.
Ah.
The sea cow, that's
they're really ugly. Which goes to prove that if you spend enough time on the ocean, you will fuck anything.
I lived in Key West, Florida for a while and got to see many a manatee. And they are so soft and so gentle. And it's always so heartbreaking when you see
them.
Oh, yeah. They're just wonderful. And then it's so heartbreaking when you see them with scars or fuck, I think I almost bust out crying. I saw a picture of a manatee that had Trump carved into its back. A live creature. They have rather quokkas, so cute. Yeah, that was just
quokka?
awful. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I'm learning so much about animals. What are quokkas?
Quokkas? Yeah. Quokkas are really cute. Quokkas are an Australian animal. They're the ones that have a little smile on their face that are different from wombats that poop cubes.
They poop cubes, yeah.
They poop cubes.
But they're like of the wombat family, is that what you're saying?
No, it's just that wombats are also in Australia.
Why did you bring up wombats then?
Because they're also in Australia and they're also cute.
Are the quokkas poisonous? Like everything else in Australia, except
probably.
Wombats. Reincarnate as bacteria. like reincarnate as a whole strain of bacteria. Yeah. And then develop like parts of you develop into different strains of bacteria. Like this side's eating nuclear waste and this side's eating plastic.
Right. I think reincarnation is a lovely idea, and I think we talked about the bigness of it. And I think having this empathy to find, to think about how, because the fact is, I think if you lived as an animal, that would be a hard life. Animals have really hard lives, and we all do, and humans are animals too. Because, I think we think of reincarnating as a kitty cat that gets taken care of, but That
I don't
cat,
know.
That cat can also have a lot of hardship.
Sure, it can be in the wrong family where it gets kicked and trodden and.
But even
stuff.
really well kept dogs have got to walk around in the snow. That shit's got to be cold.
Dogs. Lots of dogs don't care about that.
I guess I'm
It's the
humanizing
salt
too much
that
still.
annoys their feet actually more than the snow. Wolves walk in snow all the time in winter.
Yeah, I know.
It's the salt that gets into the paws.
It gets
apparently.
cold though, right? I mean, I just think.
But I think
it'd be cold.
I think if you were
I don't like being
born,
cold.
if you're born into that life, it's like being born into that life as a
that's the
human. That's life.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
And
so if we're being-
and you know, if you're born into that life as a human, you miss that hardship if you no longer have it.
yeah, of course. I don't know. There's a lot of hardship in my life that I would not miss at all. It says right here, don't miss your hardships.
Yeah, buy a hat.
Buy
Buy a hat. Got you sorted. Huskies love snow. Yeah, so do my dogs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Some of them do, some of them don't. But oh yeah, most animals actually like snow. You can eat it. It's ground you can eat. It falls from the sky. You can eat it. You can eat it wherever it is.
Snow?
Snow. Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't eat the yellow snow.
Animals don't care about that. In fact, the yellow snow they like even more.
Yeah. People are so bad to animals, I don't want to reincarnate as them.
Yeah. There is something to that.
People ruin everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm glad that this one little corner of the world isn't ruined by people. I enjoy hanging out on Thursdays. This is number 31, by the way.
31st.
This is the 31st.
Number 31st.
Number 31st of the It Should Be About Somethings. And I'm always excited. I can't believe we've been doing it so long. And I'm so glad that everyone's around. This is great. Akita Innus, I think Pavlov's dog must have had a stroke. I'm not sure what that means. But if you're okay, please let us know that Akita Innus is not just you falling onto the keyboard with your face. Michael, I think we've come to the end of It Should Be About Something.
Okay.
What do we want to think about for next week? Next week we're going to keep working on this stuff that we always work on. We're going to have 3 new subjects that we're going to talk about.
Do you have any idea what they are?
To give sort of like a preview?
Yeah, like a preview. I remember. Oh, I can't do that now.
No.
I remember looking at that today, but I've
preview. But you know what? There is a preview. If you go and check out the upcoming, if you're subscribed to It Should Be About Something, you'll see all of the upcoming live shows. And on the next one, the subjects are already written in there.
Yeah.
I think I did that.
They are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I did that actually.
I think I did it.
Good. Yeah, it's there.
It's there.
So Shiba Inus, yeah, Pavlov. That explains everything. Of course, I knew what that was.
Fastenzeit.
Fastenzeit.
Lent.
Lent.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Talk about the lobster. So you're saying we should go and see the lobster and then talk about it?
we have to see the lobster so that we can mention it.
Only if it's on Netflix, so I can rant about it.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do there. Follower of Clay, thank you very much. Moko, Verena, Pavlov's dog, Donna, Marcus, Andrew,
L2124,
which I can never remember exactly.
The L with numbers.
Yeah, Kathy.
L21T24.
Donna.
Moko.
Marcus, I think we said all these guys. You all, thank you all so
much
very
ado.
much.
Muchado. Muchado.
Buenas tardes, muchado. It's actually amigos.
So you guys.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Michael, before we go.
Yeah.
Cheers. This was the best. It should be about something.
Okay, good. Okay.
Ever.
So everybody, get your drinks and slurp one off with us.
That's right. Slurp one off.
Exactly what
I
we're
love
going to
this.
do.
Moko's giving us homework. Watch The Lobster. Terrific.
I thought we'd already decided that.
Yeah.
Decided that.
Yeah, she's just putting it in the notes.
Yeah, okay, in the notes, yeah. So we can't get around it. Okay, so guys, toast your television or computer or phone or tablet screen.
Wave to Verena.
And we'll see you next week. Everybody slurping at the same time.
Best is best ever. Slurp, slurp.
And I'm gonna do this.